For almost every complex animal that has ever lived, there is an inescapable metabolic deal. We exchange energy for time, and eventually our bodies wear down and die. In 1883, naturalists cataloging marine life in a warm Mediterranean harbor noticed a creature that would eventually challenge the permanence of that deal. It was a tiny jellyfish, 4.5 millimeters wide, with a transparent bell and a bright red stomach suspended inside like a drop of blood. For over a century, it was considered a curiosity. Then, in the 1990s, a marine biologist left one of these specimens in a laboratory dish over the weekend. By Monday, the creature should have been dead. Instead, the jellyfish had vanished, and resting at the bottom of the dish was a younger version of itself, slowly rebuilding its own body. Most biological life moves in a single direction: egg, larva, juvenile, adult. But when this jellyfish faces starvation, injury, or extreme age, it refuses to die. It reverses its trajectory. The adult body shrinks and transforms, returning entirely to its earliest infant stage, the polyp. This creature possesses a biological reset mechanism. It proves that the one-way progression of time is a rule that can be broken. The jellyfish stops its steady pulsing movement, draws its trailing tentacles inward, and then very gently sinks downward. Inside its shrinking body, the cells undergo a process called transdifferentiation. Fully grown, specialized cells lose their biological identities and return to an unspecialized state. Tissue from the outer bell merges with the inner digestive canals. These two distinct systems fuse together to form a soft mass that is neither medusa nor polyp, but something in between. A new polyp eventually sprouts from this mass. It carries the exact same genetic code as the original adult that drifted to the seafloor days earlier. At Kyoto University, Shin Kubota spent decades watching captive colonies perform this trick. He grew older beside them as the jellyfish repeated their reversal indefinitely. This is not a form of reproduction. It is a meticulously orchestrated act of an individual unmaking and rebuilding its own youth. In 2022, a research team at the University of Oviedo finally decoded the genetic instructions that make this possible. Researchers compared the immortal jellyfish genome to its mortal cousin, isolating differing nodes. Immortality relies on dozens of minor adjustments, not a single master gene. It carries extra genes cleaning oxidative stress and preserves telomere caps that normally shrink with age. This creature achieves its status by taking a standard biological machine and investing extra energy into keeping its parts clean, repaired, and regulated. Out in the wild, an immortal genome offers no protection from the physical dangers of the ocean. Most of these jellyfish die from predators or storms long before they ever need to utilize their biological reset. Despite individual losses, the species has spread globally. They ride in the ballast water of cargo ships, crossing oceans in a silent invasion that has reached nearly every corner of the planet. This animal demonstrates that the cellular pathways for reversing time exist. They were simply never disabled by its own evolution. When researchers lean over lab benches today, they see past the drifting animal to the specific genetic instructions it carries. Human cells contain many of the same genetic tools, defense proteins, and cellular pathways found in the immortal jellyfish. But what in the architecture of our own tissue prevents the kind of cellular reset this jellyfish performs effortlessly? While this will not lead to an immediate change in the human lifespan, it provides new evidence for researchers studying cancer and tissue regeneration. Aging remains a certainty for us, but this creature proves the process can be halted. It has already found a way to rewrite its own metabolic deal.